All right, good morning. Let's come to order and go on the record, please. I'm Charlotte Mitchell, Chair of the Utilities Commission, and with me this morning are Commissioners Brown Bland, Clodfelter, Duffley, Hughes, McKissick, and Kimmerite. In compliance with the State Government Ethics Act, I remind members of the Commission of our duty to avoid conflicts of interest and inquire at this time as to whether any member of the Commission has a known conflict of interest with respect to the matters coming before us this morning. Hearing none, we'll proceed with the public staff. Item 1.
Good morning, Michelle Boswell, Public Staff County Division. Item P1 is docket number E22 sub 607, an application filed by DEMC for approval of a purchase power agreement and renewable energy credit purchase and sales agreement between DEMC and Tredegar Solar LLC. The public staff has reviewed the agreements, the order of the VSCC, the report filed by DEMC, and agrees with the VSCC's order pertaining to the requirements for approval of the PPA, with the addition of the allocation of cost associated with the PPA as filed on May 11th, 2022. The public staff requests that if RECs are to be utilized for compliance with the North Carolina REP statute in the future, the company file with the commission for approval of the purchase of RECs under the REC purchase and sales agreement. The public staff recommends the commission approval of the agreement subject to the conditions set forth in the proposed order.
Move approval of the recommendation.
It's been moved and seconded that the item be approved as recommended by the public staff. Are there questions or discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Boswell. We'll proceed now to public staff item 2.
Good morning. My name is Jordan Nader with the Public Staff Energy Division. I'm presenting item 2 today. Item 2, docket G40 sub 166, is an application by Frontier Natural Gas seeking authority to increase its sales rate by $2 per decatherm effective June 3rd, 2022. The public staff has reviewed the request and recommends the commission approve the application as filed. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nader. The commission has a few questions on this item. Is there someone from the company that's here to answer questions? Oh, there you are, Mr. Jeffries. Come on up. All right, good morning. If y'all would, for the record, please just introduce yourselves.
Good morning. I'm Nathan Bell with Frontier Natural Gas. I'm the controller.
And good morning, my name is Taylor Younger and I'm regulatory compliance
All
engineer.
right, good morning. All right, Ms. Younger, we know you were just here not that long ago when when the proposal of $8.50 per decatherm was before us. That proposal was approved on March 1st. Here we are just a few months later, and the company is now asking for $10.50 per decatherm. Commission understands, is aware of the volatility occurring in the natural gas market. But how long does the company anticipate that $10.50 would need to be in place to get the deferred account balance into a reasonable place?
Based on current pricing, obviously there's been significant volatility in the market recently. Our plan is to have it completely down to a more reasonable level by the end of October.
The end of October, okay. And so does that mean that the company would be prepared to come in around that time to ask for a decrease, assuming nothing further occurs in the market?
In an ideal world, yes. Obviously, there's significant volatility in the market, looking especially into the winter of 22, 23. But yes, we would like to come in for an increase at that time.
Okay.
Or a decrease, excuse me.
Decrease. All right. Just so the record is clear, a decrease. Application states that the average monthly residential customer bill impact for this proposed change would be $2.17 based on historical usage for June and July. What about historical usage for the winter months? Let's say you can't get it down before August and we go into the winter with this $10.50 in place. What does that do to bills?
Yeah, we'd have to run an analysis.
Okay, can you off the cuff it for me? Just give me an idea. I mean, does it double that 217? Does it triple it?
Probably double to triple would be a good estimate.
Okay, so I'm going to take that as at least double to triple. Okay. All right, let me check in with my colleagues. Any additional questions for the company? Commissioner Hughes?
Just, I think the other numbers that the chair was quoting was more of a residential impact. We know that you cover lots of non-residential clients. Just anecdotally, have you heard back from any of the large non-residential customers that you provide with about the economic impacts of this? Again, recognizing it's, quote, not your fault, but that, that there are businesses that rely on certain inputs, and just curious what kind of economic impact these increases are having with, some of the agricultural community and some of the other customers that you serve.
We haven't heard anything significant from anyone. Obviously, there is concerns, but a lot of them track alternative fuel markets, be it propane, heating oil, things of that nature, and they're seeing that those prices are up significantly as well. So it's, I don't think, unexpected for a lot of them.
Okay.
Just following up on Commissioner Hughes's question, in your comments just a moment ago, you anticipated that the deferred account balance would be down to a reasonable place by the end of the summer. Is that what you're telling customers? I mean, my concern is that customers, particularly the non-residentials, aren't aware of this change, might not be bothered so much by the change that took effect in March, but by sort of these combined changes, would be impacted, but might not be aware of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I understood your question correctly, I think if a customer was to call in, we would communicate with them that our hope is this is a temporary increase, and that by the winter, we would hope to lower prices again for the winter.
Okay, but what I'm hearing is you haven't had any such call yet from a non-residential customer.
No, and keep in mind too, that in the summer months, residential customers their bill
Right.
is so small.
Right.
It's not a huge impact.
Right. Well, that's obviously a concern, is that they're just not paying attention to the bill these months, and then we head into the colder months and it becomes a shock. So I encourage the company and the public staff to think about how to get out to customers, helping them understand what's ahead, assuming the company's deferred account balance doesn't get into a reasonable place. All right, any other questions?
Move approval of the recommendation.
All right, so moved and seconded that the item be approved as recommended by the public staff. Questions or discussion? All right, all in favor indicate with an eye. Is there anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, commission has before us our minutes of May 23rd staff conference for approval. I'll take a motion. All right, questions or discussion on the minutes? All in favor indicate with an eye. Anyone opposed? All right, our minutes from the May 23rd staff conference are approved. All right, any additional business for the commission this morning before we adjourn? All right, hearing none, we'll be adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's go off the record, please.